Step number one for making sure that you get more views on YouTube Shorts is you need to be intentional about the actual length of the piece of content that you're creating. I see so many creators, you guys will just make random lengths, sometimes 15 seconds, sometimes 30, sometimes 60. It doesn't matter, and you guys aren't taking this into consideration. You see, you need to be intentional about the actual length of the content that you're creating on YouTube because this is gonna allow you to test whether or not the topic was good or the title was good. If you keep making different length content, naturally they're going to get different amount of watch time, and this prevents you from being objective when it comes to what you're actually going to be posting about. So what I strongly recommend you guys do is two things if you want to find the best length for how long your content should be depending on your niche. First, I want you to test it. Sometimes post 15, 30, 45, 60-second pieces of content, but make sure that the topic is always the same. See which one does best. Secondly, search for other people in your niche. Search for the things that they're making. Search for the video topic that you're going to be creating and see how long those other shorts were. If they were 30 seconds, odds are your video should be 30 seconds. If they were 60 seconds, odds are your video should be 60 seconds. You guys need to take this into consideration instead of just posting whimsically and not caring about how long the video is, because I'm telling you, this is one of the easiest things you guys can start to implement into your YouTube Shorts that's gonna allow you to get more views. For example, Tuvok12, who I helped gain over 1.7 million subscribers on YouTube in, listen for it, just the last 30 days. If you guys want growth like this, you need to take these things into consideration, and please make sure you don't skip any part of this video, because I'm telling you, if you skip just one thing in this video, it's going to be the reason that you're not successful on YouTube Shorts. You can't just take my first piece of advice or my second piece of advice or even my third piece of advice. You need to make sure that you're doing all of these things cohesively. That being said, if you look at his videos, almost every single video is from 27 to 33 seconds long. You want to know why that is? Because he knows that he is a master at keeping people to watch a video that is that length. That's exactly why those videos are all that long, and why some of them aren't 45 seconds long, and some of them aren't 15, and some of them aren't 60 seconds. It's because he knows that those videos are going to do well, and you need to know the same exact thing for your niche. Okay, now that you know the best length for your post to actually be, you can determine two other things, which first, how good the topic of the video was or how good the title was, and then secondly, how good you are at holding somebody's watch time. You see, if you upload two 30-second videos, one about baseball and one about football, I'm just throwing out random topics here, obviously it'll be specific to your niche, but if we're talking about baseball and the football one does better, what does that tell you? That tells you that you're better at making football content, you should make more football content. Or if you test different titles for the same subject, and you find that when you put hacks or put secrets or put latest thing in the title that it does really well, this is how you're able to objectively find those things, as opposed to making all your videos different lengths, different titles, different topics. Every single time you need to test one of these things, you need to test each of these things one by one and actually determine how you're able to keep people watching as long as possible, because you need to realize the only two things that matter on YouTube Shorts, only two things matter when it comes to your content is one, how much watch time you get, two, whether or not YouTube thinks that they actually have an audience for the content that you're gonna be producing, because you need to understand, YouTube is not finding viewers for your video. YouTube instead is finding videos for the audience that they already have, and the number one factor that they take into consideration when it comes to that is going to be the person's past watch history. So if that person was watching videos about baseball, then guess what? When you make a baseball video or somebody else makes a baseball video, that video is then going to get recommended to them and vice versa. So you guys need to take this into consideration. And ultimately, you need to take this into consideration for two reasons. First, it's going to determine how many views you get. So if you're making content about baseball and baseball's not as popular as football, then guess what? Don't compare yourself to football creators, compare yourself to other baseball creators, because they're going to set the tone for how many views you guys can actually get. So many of you compare yourself to people in the wrong niche, and you don't realize that you shouldn't be doing that. For example, I create content about how to grow on social media. I'm not doing pranks like the Nelk Boys, and I'm not doing vlogs like Jake Paul, so I'm not going to compare myself to them. I'm going to compare myself to other people within the social media niche. You guys need to do the same exact thing when it comes to creating YouTube content so that you're not getting your expectations skewed. In addition to that, this is going to allow you to create better content. For example, I get so many people commenting on my YouTube Shorts video saying that they create music and they want their music to get out there. Well, guess what? You need to take advantage of things that are popular within the music niche in order for you to get your stuff out there. For example, Corday just dropped a new album. Now, what does this mean? First, it means that he's posting all of his music and all of his music videos on YouTube. Secondly, it means that he's going on a PR tour. So he's going to be on The Breakfast Club. He's going to be on Sway's whatever show he has. He's going to be on all these different things, which means there's going to be a ton of content created on YouTube about him. How can you take advantage of that if you're a rapper? rapper. You can start making beats that should have been on his album. You could start doing freestyles over his beats. You could start doing remixes to his songs. You guys need to take these things into consideration. You can also watch all of his latest interviews, create a short out of your favorite part, or react to an interview, or react to something crazy that he said, or react to the best song from his album. These are things that you guys need to take into consideration. Now you're probably wondering, Rob, if I do that, how am I then going to incorporate my own music? You can incorporate your own music by having it side by side. If you do that video and it does great because YouTube knows that they have an audience for that piece of content, naturally more eyes are going to be on your content, and then you can put out your own stuff and vice versa. Now, before I share with you how you can do this no matter what niche you're in, because I know that example was specific to the music industry, you guys need to make sure that you smash that subscribe button if you want to grow on YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok in 2022, or just in general. You need to not miss another video that I upload on YouTube, and the only way to make that happen is to make sure that you subscribe. I'm telling you guys, I'm going to help you grow on social media. I answer every single comment that I get on my YouTube videos and every single text message that I get right here. So please, if you have a question about anything, hit me up. I want to make sure that you guys grow. Now you need to understand, you guys also need to be putting amazing thumbnails, amazing titles, and one other secret that I'm going to share with you at the end of this video into your content if you want to get more views on YouTube Shorts. These are some of the most important factors, so please make sure you pay attention to this. Now, when it comes to the title of your video, it needs to be doing three things. First, it needs to mention the keyword of the thing that you're trying to tap into. It needs to be that thing that has a larger audience. For example, Corday's music. For example, if you're in business, it's going to be something like affiliate marketing or whatever the keyword is that somebody is going to be researching. You need to have that in the title of your video. Secondly, the title of the video needs to invoke curiosity. And third, and you can't always squeeze this in, but it's great if you can, it needs to incentivize the person to watch the video all the way through to the end. Let me give you an example. Another client of mine that I've helped gain over 1.7 million subscribers on YouTube is Devon Rodriguez Art, and he has done an amazing job in some of his latest videos by incorporating all three of these things into his YouTube Shorts, which again has allowed him to grow so quickly. For example, one of his latest videos is titled, "I drew a soldier on the subway and handed it to him." What does this do? This did three things. First, it invoked curiosity. It made you think, oh, let me see this person's reaction, let me watch this video. Secondly, it included the word drawing, it included the word soldier. What does that do? It taps into those keywords. And then finally, he said that he handed it to him, which obviously is the end of the video, which incentivizes you to then watch the video all the way through to the end. Because you need to realize, if somebody is not seeing your short on the short feed, which a lot of your views are probably going to come from other areas, then they're going to have to click on that video, which is why the title of your video matters so much, and which is why this really works. Because if somebody clicks on that video, then they already have the intention of watching the video all the way through to the end, which again is one of the biggest factors. In fact, I would say it's the biggest factor when it comes to YouTube videos getting views. You need to make sure that you're getting a high amount of watch time, and one of the easiest ways that you guys can implement this in your content is making sure that you're adding it into your title. But please don't make the mistake that I see so many creators make. I see so many of you guys leave a comment below and you'll say something along the lines of, "Rob, I tried to do that in my last video and it didn't work." I'll click on your profile, I'll go over there and see the video that you made, and all the title of the video says is, "Watch this till the end, you're not gonna believe it." What am I not gonna believe? I can't see anything based on the thumbnail. I can't see anything based on the title. I have no idea what the video is about. It didn't invoke my curiosity. You're just trying to get me to watch the video to the end, so I'm not going to click on it, which is why you need to implement this for your exact niche. Which again, is going to be different depending on the topic. You might be an artist, you might be drawing, you might be doing business stuff, you might be doing music, you might be making content about horses or content about Logan Paul. I don't know why those two things just popped in my head together, but they did. But you guys need to craft these things for your specific niche, for the specific video that you're gonna be creating, and honestly, for the specific topic that you're gonna be talking about, because there are so many different topics that you can talk about within each of these niches, and not all topics are created equally, the same way that not all niches are created equally. So please make sure you guys are choosing the right video topic when it comes to actually putting out your content, creating the right title, and doing this last secret that I'm about to share with you. One of the most important things that so many of you small creators could be implementing right now is you need to take advantage of not only posting YouTube Shorts to get a lot of views on YouTube Shorts, you need to take advantage of the community features on YouTube also. For example, posting polls. If you can have a poll go viral or have a poll get a ton of engagement, guess what that does? Almost the same thing as you having a video go viral where all of your other content's gonna get a lot more reach. If somebody interacts with one of your polls or somebody interacts with one of your posts on YouTube, YouTube is then going to suggest your past content and your future content to that person, as long as they keep engaging with it. So this is why you guys need to implement polls into your content, because it's going to increase the audience that YouTube has for your specific piece of content, especially if you're a small creator. Now I know, you need to have over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube in order to use these features, so if you're under 1,000 subscribers, I strongly suggest that you check out the next 2 videos I'm gonna put up on the screen, because they're the videos that YouTube thinks you should watch next, and one of them is about the algorithm, and another one is a video that I think you should watch right now.